I don't know, I guess I wanted to record a video to kind of record this moment. Because, like, it's nothing important, but it's more like I just wanted to talk about it. And it's just, Overwatch is 10 years old. I admittedly didn't play on launch day, but I played somewhere in the summer. But it's kind of insane, isn't it? 10 years of Overwatch. 10 years this thing has technically pretty much been a part of my life. And I don't know, I just want to rant about what Overwatch kind of means to me. I know it's kind of cringe to hear that, because like, oh, a video game, how does it matter, you know? And I just, I don't know, I want to talk about it, because I do, I don't know, it's up there for basically my favorite multiplayer game up there. It's fighting Dead by Daylight for that title, really. Because like, I don't know, it's just like, it's always kind of been a part of my life, which I guess I'll start talking about that part. Because my cousin, yeah, I'll dox him, it's going on my YouTube anyways. My cousin Eric, he got Overwatch, or it was actually during my early days of online gaming where I only played Call of Duty, and I always, when I did play Call of Duty as like a multiplayer game, I never played online. I always just played it versus bots for hours and hours as a kid. By myself. Heck, I still remember, one of my most memorable things I did was, me versus a bot, 1v1, and I would just farm it until I get 100 kills by sitting on one window with an LMG and spend, like, an hour doing that. Just sat at the window and kept on shooting the bot. If it came up, I put down a claymore, it died, and then I also had a sentry turret that killed it if they tried to go on the flank. AKA, I didn't really talk to people all that much while playing multiplayer games, and I just kind of kept it myself. Still very much in my solo player lifestyle, just playing Skylanders and stuff when I was a kid. But anyway, what's it called? I don't know, like, I always did play online though with my cousins on Call of Duty Black Ops 3. It just came out around this time. The icon that it is, I don't know, I liked it, but it's just like, I only really bought Call of Duty so I can play with my cousins. And then they start talking about like, oh, Javier, get this game Overwatch and stuff like that. And I was just like, okay. Like, we just bought Call of Duty, man. I'm not sure if I got the money for it. But I eventually caved in and bought Overwatch. I guess also, like, dude, I don't know. It wasn't, now that I think about it, it wasn't my only, like, solo player game or multiplayer game I played. I did play Garden Warfare. And it kind of sucked because I'm, like, don't get me wrong, my cousins also enjoyed Garden Warfare. They even bought a Xbox to play it, but, they eventually dropped it eventually. And I was the only one that kind of enjoyed it, and eventually I did also get burnt out on it because by myself I'm playing it for hours and hours every day. Okay, so I never really took it seriously. I just kind of took it as like, I want to get 100% it. And it was definitely around when I would say I was at my worst when I was at playing video games. Because like, what's it called? I was terrible. I'll be honest, I was the worst video gamer in my family. Probably because my cousins always played online and fought against actual people. But it's just like, my skills were never up to the skills of my cousins or any of their friends or any classmates I fought online. Heck, I still remember, somehow I challenged the guy to a 1v1 named Thomas. And, I got destroyed. I think it was like 17-2. Or something like that. Some insane number like that. But anyway. So I eventually did buy Overwatch. And, well, actually, sorry, I'm kind of doing this on the flow, or, like, off the top of my head. But, I actually did play a little bit of Overwatch before buying it, and the first character I ever played was Mei on Nubani. At my cousin's house when they saw their TV strapped to their bed, basically. Like, eye level. And I had fun, but I'm still learning it, and I still had no idea how to play it. But besides that, I eventually did buy my own copy. And I got the Roadhog legendary skin where he's a shark, the blue one, on the first day. And I started to really enjoy the combat. And families outside, but I don't know, it has a special place, or I don't know, I just played it for a while, and I really got into it. I got to the point where I can feel myself getting better, and I decided to pick up a main because, like everyone else had, my cousins picked up Hanzo, and my other cousin picked up Junkrat. I picked up Tracer. Not my best choice, honestly, as a person even at that time still sucked at video games. But I don't know, I played her. I actually had to fight like 3 other people to main her because Tracer was popular at my middle school and popular amongst my cousin's friends. Eventually, though, started playing ranked, and I picked up the ranked demon herself, Mercy. It was back when she had full res. I still remember the day I watched the dev video for Jeff Kaplan, and he was like, "Oh, we got rid of the Mercy res." I even said to myself, like, if he says like we're switching Mercy res, I will scream shit out loud at the top of my lungs at my grandma's house, and my mom actually heard it downstairs. But I don't know, it's just like I was able to grind all the way to plat and I think maybe diamond with Mercy, with my cousins kind of carrying me. And what's it called? Like I always remember Mercy as my first time I actually went up ranks in rank. I know, not the bravest character to ever, or the most complex character to ever do it. What's up?
Did you eat some of my pizza yesterday? You didn't get a slice. I was missing a slice.
I ate like 8 slices. I'm full. Sorry. We had many pizzas. Trust me, it's not actually 8 giant slices, but besides that. Where was I? Yeah, it was the first time I actually played ranked in a video game and I actually cared about it. Because I just had a lot of fun in Overwatch and I wanted to grind and play with my cousins. And I eventually did reach Diamond. But eventually, Fortnite came out, right? Everyone jumped to Fortnite, everyone was having fun. I had fun too, obviously. Until eventually the meta for Fortnite became pure building chaos, and I just kind of was never able to adapt. I've never been a fan of building. It's always been such an unnecessary mechanic in my eyes. Well, it's important for what Fortnite is, but to play it, I hated Bloom because I swear to God, every time I'd line up my shots, the Bloom would just by random RNG chance would wrap the bullets around the opponent, and I just hated it. Building always felt like just a mess to deal with. It always felt like I shot somebody and I now had to deal with 17 walls just before I can get an opportunity to shoot another person. Or I had to now like throw in a wall and hope by God I just actually got the wall down before the other person. And I hated it. But I did enjoy Fortnite for its challenges. And that's like another day when I do this for Fortnite. But I just kind of kept on playing Overwatch. But it was around the time of not the hero after break. Who came out after break? I'd have to look real quick. Probably Wrecking Ball, yeah. I remember probably around Wrecking Ball's releases when my cousins fully jumped ship and stopped playing Overwatch. And normally, like again, Garden Warfare, like Black Ops, I would follow them. But I just didn't. I really enjoyed Overwatch and I really didn't like Fortnite. I really wanted to stick around with this game. Which led to me having like my own independence from my cousins, yeah. I used to basically follow them because they were I didn't have friends growing up, right? So they were the only people I can kind of connect to. So I eventually swapped and played some Overwatch on my own, and I eventually played more and more. And basically, like, it kind of became the main game I played for like many years. And what's it called? What am I saying? I eventually did rank by myself, and I learned how to play a lot of characters because I wanted to get good at adapting for rank. And that's when I picked up a few mains. I picked up Diva. Diva was one of my favorite characters, or she still is. I don't know. I don't think she's as fun in 5v5, but in 6v6, just going in, defending your team, blocking huge ults. Like whenever you see a Roadhog go in, you just go in defense matrix and then you save your teammate. Felt good. Felt very good. You know? But I would say the biggest tank I played in Overwatch 1 was this one. Good old Orisa. I've never swapped off this skin for like 8 years. Or not even 8 years, but like 6 to 7 years. God dang it. But back when she had the pool, back when she had the shield and everything, and I'll get to how I feel about like this version of Orisa, but like she was kind of peak, man. I love, like, again, I was still not the greatest aimer, so having the ability to basically do a mini grab and pull people in to line up the shots felt so like useful, and then like nothing felt more satisfying as they got around the corner, pull them out, and the whole team shoots them, and you gotta pick for it. It felt so, I'm gonna swear, so fucking good to just whoop, and then they would get pulled up, blast them, and then also like on certain maps like Ilios Well and Nepal's Sanctuary, like it, nothing felt better. And I loved playing Orisa for so many, because I also like the fact that she was called an anchor tank from the devs officially, just like it made me want to play that style of place down the shield right here and hold the corner and just keep on blasting with my 300 bullets. And then like basically never run out of ammo. Basically be a sitting wall for them to run into. And also like with Supercharger, that felt great too. Even though I physically didn't do anything, just put it behind a wall and just shred the enemy team. Suck them all in with a mini grab, crush them and cook them. It felt so fucking fun. Yeah, and then who else? I did play a bit of Zarya, but I think Zarya came out later because I actually really disliked Zarya for a long time.
We will crush them.
I thought her design was kind of ugly. I don't know why. I was just mean to Zarya for no reason. And I thought she had one of the, like her gun kind of just felt weird. Probably because I was just kind of bad at tracking at the time. But those were the main ones. I could actually check my career profile. I don't think I played too many other tanks at the time. Let's see. Oh, this is hero level. I played, yeah, I guess, wow, I have 45 hours on Roadhog. I don't know where the 45 hours came from, but Ryan I can believe because I was training him for a while, and Wrecking Ball I had a mini arc with him. I guess Wrecking Ball is probably like another tank I did practice a bunch, but that was more when he first came out and I wanted to learn him. Now I'm like, I say my Wrecking Ball is decent, but it's nothing too crazy. But besides that, I don't know, it's just like, I also, one of my favorite things to still do, kinda, but not as much as I used to, was do achievement hunting. I actually did this still while my cousins were around, but I love doing achievement hunting, and I still were doing hours and hours of trying to get the Reaper Wadna, or Waste Not Wadna, which is get 3 solo kills, which means no one else can hurt the person. And then get it all in a single clip of his like 8 bullets, which I remember spending hours and hours doing. That's another one. I remember I tried playing Doomfist for many hours back when his achievements were like Power Slam and all that, because I just was never good at Doomfist. I also, I think there's, oh yeah, I still remember playing Sombra for hours too to get Hack the Planet, which was get 15 hacks without dying. I remember I even got a message once like, hey, never play Sombra ever again, or never play DPS again. I told him like, oh, I'm doing the achievement. He's like, understandable actually. And he let me go. But it was just like, I don't know, achievements in Overwatch are actually so fun, especially the harder ones. most of them you'll get by just playing the game, but there's some out there that are just so fun to go for. Pharaoh is one of them, and like there's just a lot of like. Oh yeah, I have also most of my hours on Zen is probably me going for rapid Discord, which is to kill 4 people in like 6 seconds. Basically do that in the game, which was like I just couldn't do it. It's one of the hardest achievements. Also, same thing for Lucio, the iconic the floor is lava, which is basically do that. Right. It was back when Lucio Wallride was bad too. Now it's pretty good and pretty easy, but like it was back in the day. There's just oh yeah, I also well yeah. I never touched DPS also growing up because I just knew I wasn't good enough for it. I played Hanzo a lot, tried just to match my cousins because they always used to do Hanzo 1v1s. I used to play a bit of, obviously Tracer, bit of Reaper, Sombra mainly because I actually have a mini story with Sombra, which is why I like her so much. It was back during middle school, 7th grade. During Mystique's class, I think was her name. I was doing pretty bad at school, I'm not gonna lie. I remember I tried to do my entire project at 4 a.m. in the morning on the final day, from scratch, like at 0% all the way to 100. Got none of it done, did awful. And I kept on falling asleep in her class. But I remember my parents were like, you gotta stay after school to learn something or like do better. And I kinda agree with them because I was like, I'm kinda doing awful. And I still remember the whole time I was sneaking and trying to watch, like, I was playing a Google game on the iPad. But I remember waiting for my parents to pick me up. And I watched Sombra's cinematic trailer, and I thought she was the coolest looking character I've seen in, like, ages. I don't know, I've always had a soft spot for hacking characters, because I always think, like, technology, like, drones and technology, like if it's used, like I love drone characters and I love characters who can use electronics to take an advantage, and Sombra being able to hack in a world where it's mostly electronics and like basically shut down certain characters or make an opening for your team. Not to mention I saw her when she falls and touches the robot and slides it down and hacks it mid-fall. I think that's such a cool scene, and I like especially around this time, a little bit before Sombra, obviously, but this was the first game I would say I got super into its lore too, where I wanted to learn, like I forgot his name. It's like it's like Habani or something like that. It's the guy with the giant H profile and like orange colored background. Like I remember watching his videos on the top of my bunk bed for hours learning about the Overwatch lore, trying to learn about every character, learn about the events of the lore. And it was really the first time in a story I ever, like in a video game, I actually ever wanted to learn about the stuff. And it's kind of crazy because like nowadays I learn about a lot of games and their lore and their stories, but it all really started with Overwatch. If it wasn't for Overwatch, I don't think I would ever have been as interested in it. Because, like, I wanted to learn things about Tracer. I wanted to learn things about Hanzo and Genji because of dragons. I wanted to learn what the hell was up with Soldier and stuff. I don't know, just like, it was the first time I ever really wanted to learn about the stories of things, which led me to being a lot more interested in narratives of everything overall. What else? Yeah, but I've always had a soft spot for Sombra, and she is a character I do really want to get better at, even though they keep nerfing her and changing her every patch. That's the only thing that's making me not want to do it, but like, yeah, it's just like, I wish she was a bit better. Yeah, but it was mainly for DPS mains. It was mostly Tracer, and then eventually I did pick up Ashe. Ashe is probably up there for my favorite. Oh yeah, I did play a lot of Mei too. This is my favorite, one of my favorite skins in the game. It's based off her skin in her cinematic trailer, but I always thought it was like just cool. It's always been one of my favorites. You can stay there, my guy. Yeah, but on to healers. Obviously, Mercy. She's an icon for a reason.
Don't worry, I'll be
I
right
was
behind
not original. I played Mercy. Wow, woohoo! I still play her. It's still a lot of fun. But Moira was. I know. I played Moira a lot. I saw her. One of my best matches I ever played. I got the title card where like I got 10 people to vote for me, and it was like one of the few times. I think it might be the only time I ever got it, where I got 10 people in the lobby to vote for my card in Overwatch 1. Just because they said I was on fire for 93% of the match. Which is kind of insane.
Much more efficient.
And it was in a ranked game too.
Welcome advantage.
And yeah, I played a lot of Moira. Eventually, Brig also came out, and I learned her back in her prime. But I didn't. That's the thing. I was trying to slow down on Overwatch over time, and I eventually. We'll get to this part of the narrative later, but yeah, you gotta play Overwatch by yourself for a long time. But I did make up for it by playing ranked. Because I still wanted to play ranked. I still wanted to grind and get better. So I played ranked for a long time by myself, and I eventually was like, I need to learn how to do callouts because I'm playing by myself with random and I need to get better. So I did. I started doing callouts, and I got, especially on Orisa, where I was like, I'm pulling people, I'm using Supercharger, I'm doing this as Diva, I'm going in. Like, and like it felt so cool just being in the shot caller of a team and knowing like what to do and what's gonna happen and tracking ults for your team. And then I truly believe a lot of my early games I won because of my shot calling, and I actually, along with my shot calling, I also got better at the game and learned to like just be the best. That's a lot to say for a guy who was stuck in Diamond, but the fact that I was able to maintain that rank without my cousins and like by myself felt good. Like I just never saw it being a possible thing. Of course, my cousins were still grinding Fortnite, but it's just like I just stuck with Overwatch, and it felt really fun, and I felt like the first bit of independence I was able to have in a multiplayer game. But yeah, I grinded rank for a couple years. Eventually, I met my current friends in middle school. Found out they played Overwatch and got to talk to them about it. And it's just like, it was fun to learn about and hear about their Overwatch stories. One of them really liked Pharah and all that. One of them made Mercy and like a lot of different people. And then one of them played Genji to a degree. I don't know, it was fun to talk to people outside of my cousins. Because anytime I brought up like Overwatch to my cousins, they basically treated it like a really, really bad ex. I remember, because I was still like, I was arguing one of my biggest hyperfixations in my life, and I still remember, my cousin, with his friends, I was like, hey, look, it's Overwatch. You should try it out right now. The anniversary's up. And he was like, oh, F Overwatch, man, and then deleted it right in front of my eyes. I was like, okay. I don't know, it's just like, I just personally never let it go. It's just like, it's one of those games that I truly do love for what it did to me in my life. And like, I feel like it made me to who I am. It made me competitive. It really was the first game to spark that competitive side of me. Because of course, like, I wanted to win growing up, but like, I was just kind of bad, so I never really wanted to win too much against my cousins, especially since at the end of the day, I'm having fun with them. But like, you know, eventually that festers over time to getting a competitive spirit of, I want to beat up these people and like show my worth. So I eventually got good. I don't know, again, I really did just grind ranked and get better at the game. But eventually, one of the biggest things came into my life. Overwatch League I don't know, I just saw videos and clips of it online. I always thought that esports always seemed like an interesting concept to me as a kid, or like growing up. Like people playing games competitively for money and stuff like that. That stuff always seemed cool and interesting to me. So, admittedly, I forgot how exactly I got into watching Overwatch League. I think it was just one day I decided to pick it up and watch it. And Overwatch League, for those who don't know, is the Overwatch esports thing they used to do a bunch back in the day. Honestly, maybe YouTubers got me into it, but it was the league that had a bunch of Overwatch elites from Vancouver Titans, Boston Uprising, the San Francisco Shock, LA Gladiators, and a bunch of others. But my heart always stuck with, I can actually show off the skin. My heart always stuck with the original, because I never was a sports guy. I never really cared about sports and everything. But this was the first team I really got into. The LA Valiant Classic color scheme. It's a green team, it's in LA. I kind of had to go for it. The green and gold. I also have one for Brig, I think. Like, it was, yeah. Classic Los Angeles Valiant. I spent hours watching the streams just to collect these skins because I thought they were so cool. Or, like, I wanted to represent my team, you know? Sorry. I don't know, it's just like, I always... I also, like, it was the first time I actually learned player names and actually wanted to learn about, like, teams and stuff and started recognizing names because I would watch every match basically. I would be like, oh, that's Smurf, oh, that's Agilities, oh, that's Flynn Mikey, oh, that's original Pine the goat. That's Jodak, the most scariest Zen you'll ever fight in your entire life. And then of course Super TF on the Shock when he eventually joined. Like, I started to recognize and know a bunch of these players from Carpe, Proper, Violet, like the absolute classics that were some of these players, you know? Flippin', what's his name? Cuspa. Like, there's so many players like I recognize their names for and understood. And it's just like, it was the first time I actually got so interested in that sport. Like, I really didn't care about football. I didn't care about baseball. I didn't care about... Well, I do love those sports, but it's just like... I never had an inspiration to go root for a team besides, okay, we're in LA, we root for the Dodgers. Hey, my entire family is based on the Raiders, so we root for the Raiders. And in soccer, we root for Mexico because I am Hispanic. I never really cared about like learning about the teams or their history or who they were. Besides Overwatch League, it really was. It was also the thing, like the stream started right after I got out of school. I think it started on 3 on the dot. So it would be one of those like things like I would finish middle school or high school, come home, put it on the stream, start grinding my points, and just watch Overwatch while I did homework or cleaning the house, watch the games and stuff like that. Of course, I tried to do esports, but it was back when I was extremely nervous, right? I somehow, like, again, I became friends with people purely by accident, because, like, Ryan decided to copy me and everything I did. And, like, I really didn't expect to have friends. I don't know, growing up, again, I just didn't talk to people. I was too scared, and I didn't know what to talk about. So, like, I never... Where am I going with this rant? I don't know, it was just like, it was nice to just come home and watch some Overwatch. Because it was fun to grind the points, it was fun to learn more about like the higher end of Overwatch and adapt it to my skills, learn about how they shot call. And how they do all sorts of things. I'm getting a phone call. I gotta go, but I'll do a part 2 of this recording real quick.